Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Sloppy Book Club podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Celeste, and welcome to season 4, episode 1. Can you believe it? Season
I know,
4.
it's crazy. I didn't even realize when we started recording, we were doing a whole new season.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
oh,
it's a new year, so I was just like,
yes.
oh, it's season 4. We'll leave
Yeah,
season 3 in 2024. So
I love
we're
that
starting
energy.
fresh. We're
Yes.
starting nice and fresh with a new season. And on
Mhm.
this week's episode, we are going to be talking about book talk and giving you some updates. So it
Mhm.
should be a fun episode. Grab your drink and listen up,
Yes.
or else.
All right. What do you have to drink?
So I am trying a new cider, and this is from Carson Orchards, and it's called Honeycrisp, and it's a hard
Ooh.
cider. Don't know what it tastes like because this is my first time, so we'll see.
Anything with honey is good, so hopefully.
Oh,
Oh, I'm jealous.
this is a good one. And it says it's from Harvard, Mass. Yeah, New
Man,
England.
good.
The New England product
Look at
right
you
here.
repping our state.
Exactly. And it's good too. I like it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try it. Hmm.
What do you have?
I have something new as well, but it's wine. I have
Nice.
Roscato. So my favorite wine is Roscato, but I've only ever had the red one. I've never had a white one. So I don't know what it tastes like, but it is a sweet white wine. So
I
I
love a
hope
good
it's
sweet
good.
wine.
Oh, that's sweet. That's very sweet. It's good, but it's really, really sweet. So
Aw.
I ended up having Mike get me both because I didn't know which one I wanted to have. But
Hmm.
this is good. I'll enjoy it for this episode.
Same. Cheers.
Cheers.
All
Hmm.
right, let's get into it.
Yes.
Book talk ban.
Oh
TikTok
my God.
is coming to a close, and I
It
do not
sure is.
know what I am going to do without it. It makes me sad.
Yeah, I agree. I wasn't sure. Like at first, I was like, damn, that really, really, really sucks because I get so much out of TikTok.
Same.
Like recipes, like so many good things. And then on
Mhm.
the other hand, I was like, before TikTok, I never doom scrolled on the internet.
Yeah. Oh,
Never.
no.
So I'm kind of like a little part of me is like, I guess this is like forcing me to do what I should be doing.
Touch grass and go outside.
Maybe not go outside. But yeah, like I'm sad about it. It sucks because I do get a lot of it out of it, but I'm just I'm a little bit content. Like
Mhm.
okay. Like I'm not happy, but I'm
Right.
okay, you know?
No. And I don't even think doom scrolling was a thing. Like
I
that
know.
saying,
Right, because
doom
I
scrolling,
don't do
but
that on Facebook or
Mhm.
Instagram ever.
Right. I didn't even think of it that way. Like, yeah, a lot of my time is on it because it's so quick and accessible, and like either
Mhm.
you like the episode, whatever you're watching in the first 2 seconds, or you just scroll to the next, scroll
Yeah.
to the next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh.
sometimes I'll sit here on my computer like trying to do stuff and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I could use a break. I've been working for 10 minutes and then I'll just sit here and then I'm like, fuck, it's been an hour.
That's me so bad.
Oh,
So on the weekend is like our weekend clean. And so I'll do like a task, and my reward would be
it's, it's scrolling. Oh
and
my
then Angel's
God.
like a break already. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, after these 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes turns into 10
Oh
minutes.
my
And
God.
then I'll go and do something, and then I'll go back and I'm like, a reward.
Yeah. If you don't no, or you have been living under the rock, because I don't think we just kind of jumped right into it and we were just like, this is what I can't do now. But
Hmm.
TikTok is owned by ByteDance.
Hmm.
The US government wants to ban it
Hmm.
because, well, I feel like it was brought up by Trump back in
Hmm.
2020 that he wanted to ban it, but I think it was he wanted to buy it.
Oh,
It
I
was
have
something
no
like that. Yeah,
idea.
so they wanted to buy the rights to the US part of TikTok. So
Hmm.
I was kind of looking into it to like see, and that's exactly what it was. So they
Oh,
want to ban
wow.
it because ByteDance doesn't want to sell their US rights to the US. So they
Mm-mm.
decided they didn't want to do that, and that's why they were given the deadline of the 19th
They
to be
can't make a
banned.
profit for it.
They
Got
cannot
it.
do it, which is really
I
shitty for a lot of people.
It is, and I guess that's where my like sadness comes from it because yeah, it did provide a lot of comedic relief and a good time and give
Mhm.
us like recipes and books and like access to different communities that, we aren't familiar with and like you're almost in I love how people describe it like FaceTiming a friend. Like it's like you're FaceTiming a friend.
Yeah,
And what really upset me is that during COVID, this was a lot of people's way of handling COVID
Mhm.
and everything that was going on in the world, and this was like their escape. And
Right.
because of it, they were able to become financially stable. And for a lot of people, this is probably their only experience of
Yeah.
actually being financially stable in a long time in their lives.
Mhm.
And now that income is being taken away. And it's just,
Yeah,
oh, my heart goes out to them,
I
especially
know.
like really good creators that really had nothing starting. Like,
Yeah.
of course, there's creators there that already were financially good and were already traveling, already had like deals, but I'm talking about people, the small community where this was their job and they
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
that
And,
TikTok
you
changed
know,
their lives
hmm
and they made
and
them
then I
super
think about
stable.
And then I think about small businesses, so many small businesses were
Yeah.
able to become something because of TikTok.
Hmm.
You hear one person talk about it on TikTok, millions of people are going to be able to see it.
Yeah, it's
And
free
think about it.
advertisement. And it once the right person catches on to it, it just
Yeah.
goes. Like, and that's how people
Hmm.
have been like living their lives since probably since 2020
Yeah.
and making their money.
Yeah.
And then
Share
like
your passions and
the um the activism that people do on there, the
hmm
GoFundMe's for like the LA fires, like there's
yes.
no way that any other spot
Hmm.
online has done more than TikTok.
No, absolutely
No
not.
way.
And it trips me out that more big businesses aren't going against the ban or speaking out against it. Like a lot of people made money off of this, not just small businesses, but big businesses. Barnes
Hmm.
and Nobles, Amazon, just alone in book
Yeah.
talk space, like people were going out and reading because of Book Talk.
Yep.
People were going out and making book purchases, going to indie stores, going to big stores because of TikTok. And you're taking that away as well.
That makes me sad.
Publishing is going to get a hit.
Yeah,
Like
they
you're not,
are.
you know, of course you're gonna get, influencers on Instagram and, Threads now or Blue Sky now or things like that, but that's slow going. And
Yeah.
TikTok made it fast and accessible and a
Right.
quick thing. And that's gonna hit their pockets like big
Yeah.
because everyone's like, where do we go now? Where do we
I
go?
know.
So,
And you said that key word, it's fast and accessible because like if I'm looking for a certain type of trope or I'm looking for something specific, I do not go to Instagram because you're
no.
going to search in Instagram and you might get one or two books in that same lane, but then you're going to
Hmm.
get random ass shit on there. It's like a magazine.
Hmm.
TikTok, you put it on, you're going to get 100 videos
Hmm.
for that specific thing that you're looking
Thing.
for.
And like I said, within the first 2 or 3 seconds, if it doesn't grab you, okay, nope, I don't want that. Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds really, really good. Um, because even like the videos, I make fun of them when they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like they jump onto your screen. They catch me. They
They
really do.
do.
I
They
make
really
fun of
do.
it all the time, and I'm just like, I could never like do that because I just can't be like, "Hey," like I would
Yeah.
laugh the whole time, but that shit gets me.
Hmm.
I feel like there is
So
gonna be like a financial hit in a lot of
it really
different
will.
areas, whether it's the person, making the content and for the people consuming it and like different industries.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Healthy
they're gonna do.
eating. Do you know how many exercise videos I watch to
Hmm.
try to like figure out what works for me? Like so much. Like so many people rely on that. So I was
Yeah.
like looking it up and shout out to Massachusetts.
Hmm.
Senator Ed Markey
Hmm.
proposed a bill this week to extend the deadline for
The deadline.
270
Yeah.
days.
Hmm. I
So
saw
I know that they were meeting, I think it was today that they're supposed to be meeting, but I don't know if it like what went further than that. But I know there's a lot of senators backing that bill.
that.
So I'm hoping at least.
Hmm.
But those people that are jumping ship from TikTok to rednote,
So
don't
I
do it.
I did it already.
Don't do it. And I want you to delete it until we know more.
And I feel so bad because I just saw a video before Angel came home, and I told him, I said, I feel so bad because this woman, she's Chinese American, was literally in tears because she's like, I love that, people want to find a new app. However, I guess the corporation of rednote itself, they are going to do a thing where they're taking the IP addresses of their Chinese citizens and putting them on one server and then all the Americans on another server. So Chinese Americans won't be able to access the Chinese server anymore and have
Hmm,
access as they used to because I guess the servers
that's
are too big
shitty.
or something like that. So she was just like, that sucks for her as a Chinese American not being having access to her whole community anymore. Like they're gonna be on separate servers or something like that. And I was just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, did we just like take over because we jumped ship? And I felt
So
so guilty about it. And I was just like, I didn't do no research.
I
I was just like,
had
yeah, I want to
to.
be a Tik. I was like, yeah, I want to be a TikTok refugee. I was like, I just okayed without even understanding the terms and conditions. And people are like, oh, you just signed up to be like a Chinese citizen without even knowing it or something like that.
Oh
And some
my
people are like,
God.
fine, I don't care.
Yeah, I had to
They're
like I
weird.
wasn't gonna
So
do it because like I had mentioned TikTok, like I doom scroll there. So
Mhm.
because of that small part of me, I was like, I'm not gonna do Red Note and then fall into like the same trap. I'll just
Right,
stay on TikTok until they ban it or whatever.
right.
But then the more and more and more I see the people that are on it and are already using it saying
Mhm.
it's anti-LGBTQ, so it
I
censors anything
saw
about
that.
that. It's
Mhm.
anti-hijabs. Is that how you say it? The wraps,
Yeah,
so they
sure.
don't allow you to wear those on it. So there's a lot of like things that people that are already
Oh.
on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so there's an author, I'll tell you about it after that you could
Yeah,
look
yeah.
up. It's somebody we both like who
Okay.
talked a little bit about it, but
Hmm.
I'll tell you after.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that stuff and then the whole like they in their terms and conditions they have a right to your address and phone number or anything. And obviously your IP address, we know
Hmm.
that shit online will have it, but they have no
Jenny,
regulation.
no, not only that, when you share, so I shared my Red Note, right? And not even like looking. at what I just shared, it has your IP address across the top, but it's not in English. But it says IP.
That's
And Angel's like, that's your
wild.
router. Like, that's where
Yeah,
you live.
it's
And I
exactly where
put it
you
down
live.
there and saw like 200 something people saw it. And I'm like, what if those one in the 200 is like a crazy person who knows like Googles what those
Yeah,
symbols
yeah.
mean.
Which you
So
can.
I took it off really, really fast when I noticed that. But yeah, so in order to like post or change your username or anything like that, you have to link it to your phone number. You can have an email and you can start it, but you cannot post or add anything unless it's connected to a phone number. And I think that's how they keep track of like who has access and stuff like that. But they showed your IP address across the top. And I took that down
I
so
am
fast.
so glad.
I was like, ooh, follow me, like a duck. And then I
Oh,
looked at the picture more. I'll send it to you later. You could see IP, and then it was all like, the Chinese symbols
yeah.
of what obviously
Yeah,
the
because I've
numbers.
seen a ton of people like share their
Yeah.
like main page and I saw the Chinese symbols and that was just so wrong to me. I was just like, I can't do it. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you
Nope,
took it
I'm one
down.
of the gullible ones. Like, oh, this is where we're gonna be at. Come along. Like if you see a crowd running, you're gonna run with them. That's exactly what I did. You don't know what's behind you. You don't know if it's just a skit or what.
Yeah.
But I'm the type of person, I see a group of people running, I'm gonna run to and be like, what we running for at the end when we reach the end? I'm not gonna ask questions before.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I get it. I a sliver of me thought about it, but I just like
mhm,
those things kept like triggering. And then the whole like they have the right to everything that you put on there, and they have no
mhm,
US regulations. TikTok, because of the US part of TikTok, had some regulations
right.
and
Some
some
censorship.
privacy policy stuff,
Mhm.
but that doesn't.
Yikes. Oh my God. It was fun while it lasted. It was a good ha-ha, but it's scary now because
Yeah,
you
I hope
honestly
I
don't
hope
know what you're
everybody
signing up
just
for.
exactly. So I
And then
know
it's
that lemon 8 was something that a lot of people use. It's just lemon and then the number
oh
8.
yes. Hmm.
So it's owned by ByteDance, by the
Hmm.
same people that own TikTok. So a lot of people are on there too. I just never wanted to do another social media, but
But
it's
that
more like Pinterest and Instagram rather than
okay. But
TikTok.
I heard that that's gonna go too, like
Well,
CapCut, Lemonade,
eventually
and
Lemonade
TikTok.
will.
Hmm. Because they're all like the same, like you said, run
Right,
by
right,
the
right.
same
So why
company.
bother starting
Yeah. Because I
a
get
new thing
notifications
and
all the
working
time.
hard?
Yeah, I get notifications all the time, like so and so wants to, follow you on Lemonade, but I don't have it yet.
Yeah,
So I guess it's a way to have you like create one because people are like, oh, let's be friends on it. But
right.
I'm just like, I thought they were like anything like connected, like you could sync, I would assume eventually
I don't
would
know.
not be able to be used, but what am I gonna do? Oh, I was telling Angel, I was just like, how the hell the government is gonna tell me how to stop using an app that I downloaded on my phone? Like, how are they gonna take it off? And he's like, they're not gonna take it off. It's just gonna make it harder for you to have access to it. So, like,
So,
with updates and things like
yeah,
that, you won't be able to purchase it in the app store. You won't be able to do it's like monthly or yearly updates. So eventually it will crash. So that's how
yeah.
he explained it to me. Like
So there's this
eventually it'll be harder and harder to put
I should
stuff
have looked
on.
up his name, but he was on TikTok and he's like some type of like journalist or whatever. So I've been following like this whole ban thing, and that's exactly what he said. He said the people who already have it download will be able to continue using it, but limited. You can only scroll, you can't post videos, you can't update, things like that. But then I
Mhm.
saw today because I wanted to see what if they decided anything on the extension, and he
Mhm.
posted that Tik or ByteDance put in a proposal that they're suspending US accounts. So I don't know like what that actually means. If it means like we literally will not be able to log on September 19th.
Oh
But
my God.
yeah.
What countries have TikTok so I could get a phone number from them or something? Give me your IP address or something.
Yeah.
Like,
It's really sad. I know. It's gonna
I
suck
can't
for a
have
lot of
any,
people.
we can't have anything nice. We can't have nothing nice. Anything.
Uh,
But yeah,
well, it really sucks for the people that started and continue to run their business through TikTok. It really, really sucks for them, and I feel terrible for them. But hopefully they can find space
somewhere else.
elsewhere.
Yeah. A lot of them are doing booktube. A lot of them are
That
running
too.
Instagram. And then I have some mutuals that are like, it's the end of an era. They're not gonna like try and start something new and different. I know one creator was like that, she spent a day trying to see how to do a booktube, and she was just like, it's not something she wants to commit to. There's equipment that she was looking into, and she was like, yeah, that's not something I want to,
Yeah,
put money into.
right. It's
So
a lot
I'm
harder to
sad
be
because
seen
like
on
I
YouTube.
love her content. And it just sucks because I feel like it's gonna affect a lot of the BIPOC community as well. And
Definitely.
getting access to um diverse reads or diverse creators in general. And it just, it breaks my heart and it
Yeah.
sucks. And, it sucks. Because, yeah, they're on Instagram and other social media, but it's not the
It's
same.
not the
And we can
same.
all agree
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that
it's
it's
definitely
just
not the
not going
same.
to be the same.
It's the
Yeah.
quickness, the finding something fast, the catchiness. Instagram
Hmm.
isn't like that. And I love Instagram. I started on Instagram. I know eventually I will probably back away from Instagram because of like the owners and whatnot, and it's made up,
Oh,
but I know.
can't stand him
It is
either.
what it is for right now, I guess.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because I want to keep championing indie books and
Exactly.
BIPOC books. Like that, if I don't, then that's one less person.
That
So,
sucks.
boo. Well,
Cue
we
the
started this
sad
episode
music.
on a sad note.
No, we will not. Let's get to the books and
Yes,
and no more sadness. But our hearts do go out to everyone affected by, this
yeah,
ban because it will affect a lot of people, unfortunately.
definitely.
But let's bring it back. Let's share some of our books. We
Yay.
did want to share what our first book of the year was and like the genre and how our reading is going. So Jenny, start us off. What was
Um,
your book
my
of the year?
very first read was Swallowed by Meg Smitherman. I think
Hmm.
that's what it is. Meg Smitherman. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. Um, so yeah, that one is a sci-fi horror romance, and that is the next book after the one I recommended to you before, which was Thrum. So yeah, I won't get into it. That one comes out at the end of the year or at the end of the month. It was really good. I may like it more than Thrum. And
Nice.
it is 100% exactly what it is, a sci-fi horror romance through and through. Delicious.
Awesome.
And then so that's my sci-fi horror romance. I also read The Daughter of Dan Ray, which is the third book in the Flowers of Prophecy series, which is a YA fantasy. And I read Let Us Descend by Jesmyn Ward, which is a historical fiction, which I love so much. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, not one single genre is the same. I read three
No,
different
it's
genres
not.
so
It's very
far.
different.
Yeah.
That's great. For me, my first book was a YA fantasy, and that was Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton. And it's like a magical society with mythical creatures like fae, humans, witches. Our female main character is a siren assassin. So she's not even
Ooh.
supposed to be in this kingdom. So a lot of high stakes action, and it was really, really good.
Mhm.
Then I read Mother of Rome by Lauren J.A. Baer, and this is a Roman mythology. It's about the two brothers that created Rome. It's their mother's story.
Okay.
So it is so good. A lot of
It sounds
feminine
good.
rage, and it's amazing, Jenny. It's
I'll
a
add it to,
really
well,
good
I
book. I
already
feel like
added
you
it
would
after you posted it, so.
No, I feel like you would really, really enjoy it. And that was like a mythology fantasy. Then my next two are romance books. That was Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. I am in love with her writing. It's like so witty and really good, and the romances, and like you just want them to get together, and it's just great storytelling. My next romance is The Neighbor Favor, which you read too. I think it was last year you read it.
Yeah, I read it
By Christina
sometime last year.
Burris. And this is actually a series because each different book is about a sister.
Hmm.
And The Neighbor Favor was just so cute,
It was so
so
cute,
romantic. I do have some underlined, annotated marks in my book because
right?
the male main character pissed me off in the beginning, but he turned it around. But it's a good book. So I'm
Yeah.
actually 50-50 with my reads. I have two fantasies and two romances. Who
Nice,
would have
nice.
thought?
I know.
And right now I'm currently in between an audiobook and a physical book, and the physical is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. I got the free copy through Berkeley, and it is so good. It's a horror fiction, right up your alley.
My God.
I feel
I
like you
cannot
would
wait.
enjoy it. I'm only 35% in because it is a slower paced book, but it is enjoyable.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm listening to The Breakup List. It's about a high school boy and how he likes one of his friends, but he doesn't know if his friend is gay or not. And it's so cute,
Oh my
Jenny.
God.
Oh,
So
I love it
looks
so
like
much.
you're starting on a cute, sort of
Yeah.
cozy vibe for
Hmm.
2025.
A
Yeah.
lot of like cute romances with a little bit of fantasy to
Yeah.
pump up some of my adrenaline. But it's been
So different
a
from
good
mine.
month so far.
It's wild. I'm almost done with the two books that I have left for this week. Live Like Legends by
Hmm.
Ali Shantae. That's her third and final book in her
Oh,
series. So I'm
mhm,
almost done with that. I must be like 75% in. And then Syndicate of Sins, which is book two in Toxic Paradise by Mari Maravilla.
mhm.
That one's I'm listening to it through audiobook and
On audiobook. Oh, I want to read it because book one was so good.
it's
That was
good.
a really good
It's
one.
real good. Yeah.
Ugh.
Uh,
Spicy?
huh?
Spicy?
Oh my God. So spicy.
Oh,
I cannot wait to like hurry up and finish so I might jump into book three right away just to like get it done. But
yeah.
we'll see because I have an
Oh, it
idea of
sounds
where I
really
want to
good.
go. So yeah. Um, so update for our Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been on it at all on our page, then you'll see that we've kind of started changing our colors, using more of our color palette. in our
Yeah.
logos. So we
Hmm.
started doing that. We separated our book reviews by genre. So if you go on
Hmm.
our page right now, we have separate what are those, like, story titles
Yes.
with our
We just
colors.
wanted to make it so like if you're looking for a particular book rec and you're
Mhm.
looking for a particular genre, you can just click on a particular color and it will, t it will have a list of books. So, our colors are, I have them listed here. If you're looking for sci-fi and fantasy, it would be dark green. So any books from January on, our sage green will be for our young adult books. Our like mauve, like pinkish color will be for romance, of course.
Obviously.
And then we put nonfiction, fiction together with gold. And then with our blue, it will be horror and thriller.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a certain vibe, I feel like it, and you go on our Instagram, it'll be so easy for you to find it.
Yeah.
We don't have horror right now because we're still in our
I'm
reading.
sure
But
we'll get there.
if you scroll down a few
There's plenty.
there's plenty. There we have
Yeah.
tons of recs, but this year we wanted to make it more accessible for you to find it quick and
Yeah.
easy and a
And we
seamless.
know that YA isn't a genre in itself, but we wanted to separate our YA
Mhm.
for the other one. So everything else is going to be like new adult and up.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So,
So we're excited about that.
yeah.
And we wanted our, Instagram to be more personable this year. So you'll be seeing a lot of our pretty faces on it.
Trying.
Adding more things because if you do scroll to past posts, you would see it was a lot of just like review, but we want to showcase who we are as the Sloppy Book Club, but also
Yeah.
showcase Jenny and her vibes and me and my vibes. And I feel like we've gotten a really good reception with it. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like, it's really giving us a good following as of now. And we hope people like it because we are
Yeah.
thinking
That's the point,
about
right?
making it easier for everyone to connect with us. And we're
Yeah.
hoping that happens.
We don't want to look like a business.
No.
We want to look like two girls just vibing off of books. That's it.
Exactly. Just your Instagram BFFs.
And we're recently started going through our author lists again. So if you've seen previous episodes, you've seen that we've brought on guest authors this past year. We started sometime in February. So we started going through the very long list that we have.
Yes.
And we will be reaching out to some people hopefully soon.
Yes. Very,
I
very.
think we're gonna probably try to do one, maybe two per month because we
Mhm.
do like having our episodes with like book reviews and just like talking about anything in the book community.
Yes.
So we don't want to oversaturate it with interviews, but we do want to start having more
Hmm.
authors come on. So
Yes. So if you
yeah,
haven't filled out the form, don't be discouraged. Like,
yes.
as if we're not going to see it. We do see it.
We
And
do
we are
see every single one. We
and
do.
we are making our way through and we do have a really good list lineup
We
of
do.
hopefuls that we're hoping will agree to it. Some surprises maybe of
Ooh,
people. So we're hoping
so
you give it a
excited.
listen and you enjoy their work as much as
Yeah.
we enjoy it. So we have a lot of cool things lined up
Yeah.
with our author list interviews and some planned episodes. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of our ideas for our planned
Yeah.
episodes?
So I think we are going to try and have our husbands come back on as guests at one point. Hopefully soon. They did have a little cameo at one point when we first started. It was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So hopefully we'll have them back. We haven't told them yet. I don't, well, I haven't told Mike yet.
No, I haven't told
Um,
anyone either.
yeah, so I'm sure they'll be fine. They'll be
Yeah.
fine with coming on.
Mm-hmm.
We
They'll,
also want to do like spoiler episodes. We
yeah.
used to do that a lot. So we'll do that where we just kind of break down the book and
Mm-hmm.
talk about it, and
In
hopefully
depth
it'll be
and
like,
all spoilers.
yes, it'll be all spoilers.
We want to do more book challenges too. We have huge collections of books, and we would like to put a dent in some of our
Yeah.
physical CRs. So book challenges we know are a great way of doing it. That is why we're gonna start doing that, and we hope you would join in on some of our book challenges that we will, we plan on doing. We are also excited about a lot of the book to screen
Oh
adaptations,
my
and
God.
there's so many for 2025 that we're
Yes.
excited about. So not only do we either want to read the books if we haven't already, or talk about the books if we did,
Yeah.
and compare it to the screen adaptations, and maybe even talk about their choices in uh
Like the cast.
actors. Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Yep.
like, is it
Yep.
there? What's the word?
It's there. I saw it.
Yeah.
We talked about like chatting about this for this episode. I went online and looked through 2025 series and movie adaptations. Oh my God. I am so fucking excited. So there were a lot. There were like, I don't know, 15, or I wrote down some of the ones that I'm super freaking excited for.
Mhm.
So I received an arc the end of the fall 2024 called Gothic Town by Emily Carpenter, and I had no idea that was already picked up. That book doesn't come out till May. So I'm sure it's going to be like a fall type spooky book. I
Mhm.
haven't read it yet, but that's like the vibe that I'm getting. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro is doing it.
Yes. Hmm. My parents are a huge fan of his, so I know about that one.
I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
excited. Um, The Housemaid you had mentioned to me before
Yes,
by Frida McFadden. We're definitely gonna read and
yes,
go see that, I hope.
yes, yes.
Um, the other one was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I haven't read it. I own it, but I'm actually really excited for it because Kristen Wiig is gonna be an actress in it, and I really, really
Ooh,
like her.
she's a good
And
one.
then the last one, The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Bynes. Bynes.
So it's funny. I have one of the books. I don't have the
Do
full
you?
collection, but I have one of the books. I think it's like maybe book two or something. Because I found it in a thrift store, and I was just like, well, I'll take this one.
Mm,
And good thing, because now I have to really find them, because all the covers are gonna change. So now I
definitely.
have to be on the hunt
Yeah.
for these books before we get the little character actor fucking covers that no one
Yeah.
wants.
Yep. That is so true.
So,
That's a good idea. So we should definitely like the ones that we
yeah.
actually really want to see, try to figure out when
Hmm.
to read them so that we can read them in time for the series or the movie.
Hmm. And get the book before then, because
Yes, before they change them and put like Netflix on it. Those stickers
just
that you can't get
because,
rid of. I hate it. And
I don't
one of
know
them
why
is
they
net.
do that.
Um, oh no. So there was one which I'm probably not going to see this. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I don't know if you read that. That's a romance.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go
I haven't
see
read
it.
that one, but I read Beach Read, and that's another
Okay.
one that's supposed to be made into
So they're going
a
to be
movie.
Netflix movies.
Mhm.
So those are going to end up having those Netflix stickers for sure.
Nope, I have Beach Read, so good thing I got that.
So get the other one if you're going to go see it. I
Yeah, I'm
won't.
gonna have to.
I think
I'm gonna
that
have
might be too much for me.
to. Too much romance,
Too
too
much
much
romance.
love for Jenny.
Uh,
But yeah, so we have a lot of like
yes.
fun episodes planned, and we're super excited about that. Um, and yeah, I'm I'm excited for some of these challenges we're gonna do.
Yeah. So
And if
we already kind of
yeah.
started. So
Hmm.
um I started doing the having my husband pick off of my physical TBR. I can't say no. I have to read it. The only way I won't read it is if already previously owned like a author that I do not agree with or whatever that I'm not reading or publisher, something like that.
Hmm.
So far he's I mean it's a 50-50 right now. So he picked
Right.
one that I already DNF'd. You can
Hmm.
go on our Instagram
Instagram.
and see that. And then the second one I absolutely devoured and loved. So
Hmm.
he'll be getting ready to pick a third one for me.
That's insane how fast you're going through that. Because
I'm
I do-
committed.
I am just gonna try and do one a month. You over here doing multiple a
Well,
month.
so that was my plan. I was just gonna do
Right.
one and then take the whole month to read it like whenever, because I'm a mood reader. So if I'm not in the mood to read
Right.
it, I'm probably not gonna like it.
Hmm.
But that first one was an easy, like, there's no fucking way I would have ever liked this. And then
Right.
the second one, I blew through it because it was so freaking good. So
Awesome.
I figured, why not just keep it going and
Hmm.
make it one of my three that I read per week if I can do that.
Right, right. So I had Angel pick out a book, and I feel like it's gonna be more of like a end of the month kind of book because it is on the smaller side. It's not like a really
Okay.
big book. So I feel like that's like it will be like a good like Saturday read. It's not gonna take me long. I don't know if you remember when I did a review of Whiteout and it had
Yes.
five
Mm-hmm.
like authors. Well, I have the first book, which was Blackout, that came
Blackout,
first.
yeah.
So that book he actually picked for my physical book. Um, and he picked it really fast. He was like, "This one," and I was like, "Awesome! I actually want to read this
Nice.
one."
Good.
And I was like, "It's one that I haven't read, but I'm familiar with the author, so I'm like, it's gonna be good vibes."
I
So
own that
yeah,
book because I found
that
it on a thrift store. And I think the only
I
reason
did
I picked it
too.
up was because I think Tiffany D. Jackson.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's one
that's
of the
the only
authors.
reason
Yep.
I picked it up. I just don't
Mm-hmm.
know if I'm gonna read the whole book.
Mm-hmm. It's good. You said Blackout
Yeah.
or Whiteout?
No, I
Mm.
have Blackout.
Yeah, Blackout. It's small. It's not that big of a
I
book.
know. I
It's
know.
cute. I'm saying it's cute like I read it. I'm sure it's gonna be
Well, you
cute.
read Whiteout and you liked it. I
Yeah,
remember
and I
you
loved
talking
it.
about it.
Yeah, I love
So,
that one. So I'm like, yeah, I'll love this. And I love that it's five I believe it's five. No, I think it's six authors that wrote it, which is pretty awesome. And it's all about like black love, and I love that. Young black love and
nice.
showcasing that, and it's just amazing. I love it. So when he picked it, I was like, wow, look at you go picking a good book. I haven't read it, but I know it's gonna be good.
Oh
Because
my
I was
God.
scared. I was scared. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I hope it's something I'm gonna enjoy. And I don't see myself not enjoying it. But
Yeah.
that's one of the challenges, getting our husbands to pick a book off of our shelves. And then we each did a genre challenge.
Hmm.
Jenny is a huge fantasy lover. I'm a huge romance lover. So she gave me a fantasy book and I gave her a romance book. But now that I'm
Well,
thinking about it, now I know why you know about my romance book because I post about it so much.
you
And
have,
I didn't
yep.
put two and two together. I was like, oh, romance? This is the book.
I'm pretty sure we did a whole episode. Like I did one book and you did that
Yeah.
one. I just
Hmm.
get like I remember a tiny bit about it. And I kind of cheated a little bit because I didn't just pick a fantasy. I picked
Hmm.
a sci-fi horror.
Hmm.
So
And
I just
I
really
kind
wanted
of
you to read it.
did. And so I kind of cheated too because yeah, mine is romance, but it could also be fantasy because it has magical realism in it because we couldn't just keep to the keep to the challenge.
We kind of did. Yours is technically a romance, and mine's is a
Hmm.
sci-fi, which is fantasy. It just has a
Hmm.
little bit of horror in it, but not
Hmm. And
scary
mine just has
horror.
a little bit of magic in it. So yeah,
But
we're
I'm
both
excited.
excited about that.
Yeah.
We have this one is not this month. We don't have to read it this month, but within what, like 6 months or so? No, we
Yeah,
said
I think by summertime is
yeah.
a good
Mm-hmm.
enough time, unless we both decide to read it sooner, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And then we can talk about it. But we didn't
Yeah.
put like a huge like you gotta read it by next week
Yeah.
because we want each other to read the book and enjoy it and not feel like
Yeah.
it's a job.
Right.
So we gave each other,
Exactly.
a lot of time to do it. And if we get to it sooner, then we can talk about it. But
Yeah.
I have so many books I want to read,
I
and then
know.
so many books I want to read before a certain convention. So it's just like,
Yeah. I know. It's wild. I'm trying so hard to organize myself for like this month and next month to try to read a lot of the books that I have been dying to read or that I have arcs for. And then
mhm.
I'm like trying to like figure it out. And I got two emails today from Del Rey. We're happy to give you a complimentary book. And of
Mhm.
course, one is from Elise Kova, which I
Mhm.
love, and then Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I was like,
Mhm.
yes,
Is that the new one that she was
she's got two new
gifting away
ones.
to? Oh, okay.
I am so excited. I was like, hell fucking yes. The Bewitching.
I know you love, yeah, I know you love her.
Yep. And then the
Hmm.
other one
Yeah,
is
that's the one. Wasn't she doing like a whole like
I think so. I just know she has two coming out. I just don't know which one it was. I don't know. And the other one is
mhm. But either one, I'm sure
Arcana
you're gonna love.
Academy.
You love her
So
work.
I'm so excited. I try to just read my
Um,
books.
wait, I've seen that one. Right, right. I get
I'm
it. I
trying.
get it. I get it.
Oh,
It gets
awful.
hard. And then when you're a mood reader and it's just like, oh, so much stuff.
Yep.
I get it.
Yes.
But we'll get to it and we're gonna enjoy it and have fun.
Yep. We have
But
our
yeah,
whole
when you
lives.
have to read all of these books at some point in our lives.
Yeah. So Love Y'all Fest is coming up pretty
Oh,
soon. Miss
it is.
Influencer.
It is.
So talk about it.
Stop it. Look,
We
I'm
want to
getting
know.
red.
So yeah, Celise is an influencer for Love Y'all Fest. We're super excited for her, and it's in February, right? So tell us where it
Yes.
is.
Valentine's weekend.
That's
So
so
it is
fun.
in Atlanta and it happens during Valentine's weekend. And it's a book festival dedicated to romance books and romance authors. There's
Mhm.
80 plus authors. There's going to be panels. There's going to be VIP experiences. Some of the VIP goodie bags are going to have arcs in them and vendors and so much fun. Some of the experiences is like going bowling with authors,
That's
going axe
awesome.
throwing. There's a sip and paint. So you're gonna go and do one of those painting ones and you get snacks and drinks. There's a nightclub, which I will be there.
Of course. I could
Lots
have guessed
of
that.
But yeah,
That's
there's some
amazing.
I think there's like a group tour. Is it like a camping tour or something? There's so many different experiences
That's
and those
awesome.
happen on Friday. So it's like a whole weekend event. So it starts on Friday with some of the VIP experiences and then Saturday and Sunday there will be panels and a book signing. Some of the authors will be there for Saturday and Sunday, and then some authors will just be there for Saturday. So I would
Okay.
definitely look at the author list to know who's going to be there for both days or one day. There are a few VIP tickets still left, but if it's not in your budget, that's fine. And you want to go for the day or just for two of the signings, they have tickets for that too. There are discounts right now as well. So get them. It's gonna be so much fun. And you get to see me on a panel.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the You're doing a panel, which is
Yeah.
amazing. You're gonna be fine. I know I get the feeling. I understand how it's like
So
eating you up right now, but what is it?
yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
So it's an influencer panel, and it's just us talking about influencing in the book space, the industry, the publishing industry, how to navigate it, and how to be an influencer, which I'm like, what? I don't
You
I wouldn't
are,
consider myself that, but
but you
I
are.
guess. But yeah, we're gonna just be talking about, just how do you do it? What do you
Yeah,
do? And
it's
I feel like
fun.
what I love about this book convention is that they really not only have a diverse group of authors and different kinds of voices within the book space. But even with their influencer picks, it's really different. You have those blue checked, marked influencers that have 20K, 30K influencers. And then they also have us little people where,
I'm just
we're
a
not big. I'm
baby.
just a baby. And I love that,
Yeah,
because I feel like people in the book space that do want to do book reviews and share their favorites and things like that, they get discouraged and they feel like, well, no one's gonna see me because I
yeah.
only have 200 followers or things like that. And I just want to showcase that even with a small following, you can pack a punch. You can
Yes, you
be
can.
an influencer. You can do your thing. Because there were times where, I looked at other people's, following and, what they were doing and was like, why can't that be me?
Mhm.
But you have to stay true to yourself and your time will come and it's gonna happen. I never thought I would be an influencer for a book convention. It happened. I never thought we would have authors on our podcast. That happened. I never thought I would be an influencer for a publishing company. I did that, so
Berkeley,
like
right?
Berkeley, yeah. So it happens, and you don't have to have 10,000 followers or 10 million views. Like it can happen. Just be
Mhm.
true to yourself, let the
Yeah,
chips fall where they may, and your time will come. That's what I have to say.
exactly. You don't know unless you try, right?
Mhm. Just give it, just apply. Just apply,
Just
just
apply.
apply, just apply. That's what I
It's
did.
fun.
Tears and all, applying to things. I'm like, I'm never gonna be picked.
Oh
And it
my
happened.
God.
I'm excited for it. I am nervous, but I know it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot
Yeah.
of the influencers have been super sweet, super kind. We're a very small group of us, and they've been all really, really amazing, very supportive. Some authors have been reaching out, and that's super kind of them and super nice. So I'm really excited. And it's me and Angel's anniversary weekend. So I'm bringing him
That's
along.
exciting. How fun for him.
How fun for him, but he'll enjoy it. He'll be
Yeah,
fine. He'll
he
be
will
fine. Give him
be.
a little beer or something, some snacks, and he's good. So I'm really excited.
That's
But again,
exciting.
it's Love Y'all Book Fest in Atlanta, and there are still a few tickets left, and it's gonna be a fun romantic time. So if you love
It will be.
romance, hello, it's gonna be perfect.
That's
Gonna be so
awesome.
much
I'm
fun.
excited for you.
But yeah,
So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all our
yeah,
updates. That was a
hmm
nice hefty update you
yeah,
gave.
a lot of things. And we
Yeah.
hope you are a part of it. Do our challenges with us.
Yeah.
I hope to if you do go to Love Y'all Book Fest, say hi.
Mhm.
I would love to meet you. I'll be a little scared and
I was gonna
nervous,
say
so
she's not gonna run away.
I won't run away. I won't bite. I won't do any of those things. I'll just be like, hi. Because
Hilarious.
I'm tiny. I need people to
Mhm.
understand that too. They're gonna be like, "Wow, you're so little." That's every time someone meets me, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so little." I'm like, "Thanks, I know."
I'm big.
You can't tell on a screen, but yes, I'm a little person.
It's very little.
I'm I'm just a
It's all
baby.
good. Yeah, just a baby.
But
All
yeah, we're
right.
excited for this year. We hope you listen. We're excited to have you. And again, follow us on Instagram for all our updates. Because that's where we put everything. So make sure you're
Exactly.
following
We
us there.
do.
Anywhere we put it on Instagram.
We sure
Bye.
do. Bye.